It was a 5-day course in Toluca, Mexico, and what it was the technical development directors, or whoever performs that type of role in the member associations of all of the CONCACAF regions. So out of the 41 member associations, there were 35 present, at the course, the educational course. So it was really good. It was enlightening and inspirational, whereby the Mexican FA gave us unlimited access to all of their policies, structure, procedures, and projects. So it was very, very enlightening or educational in that regard.
How do you scale some of that down? Because obviously not every country is as big as Mexico, so they'll have a wide range, but pretty much people want to emulate bigger associations but scale it down to what can benefit their own association and their players.
But I often have that conversation with the Bermuda Football Association president, Mark Wade, and saying, yeah, you send me to these courses and I see the best in the world, but how much of it is accessible to us? So that's always the challenge, to scale down some of the, what we would say, best practices that happen around the world in football, to what we can actually implement here in Bermuda. So that's always a challenge, but it's an exciting challenge, and it brings forth some creativity and gets the creative juices flowing, whereby again we want to improve the local game in Bermuda.
When you got the invite and you knew you were going, what were some of the things you were hoping would come out of it, and when you finished, did it exceed your expectations?
It definitely exceeded my expectations. I went to a technical directors course that FIFA put on last year in March. So it was really good to get there to see some of the technical directors again. We're establishing relationships with them, where we are trading contact information, trading ideas. So it's really good in that regard. It exceeded my expectations. The Mexican FA is fantastic, so they're top notch. Everything that they have, the facilities, the people, the structures, they're really doing good work. And I guess one of the realizations that I had while on the coach education course or technical director education course was that everybody has both a target in front of them and a target on the back. So when we look in the region and we look at Haiti, who's doing really well in competitions right now, and obviously we have these competitions with Jamaica and Trinidad, that if we're going to go far, at some point we're going to have to go through those countries. What I did discover was that Bahamas and Cayman Islands have bullseye on Bermuda, where they're trying to emulate some of the success that we're having. So it was good. So even the Mexican FA is striving to become better. And then when we look at all of the federations, CONCACAF now is asking itself, where does it sit, in relation to all the other federations in the world football? So everyone has both a target in front of them and a bullseye on the back. So it was interesting to have that realization in the conversations, with the other technical directors.
Recently you attended Reading Football Club as part of I want to say educational or a meeting of the minds kind of thing. Can you enlighten us on some of the conversations or what you hope transpires out of that meeting?
That gave us an opportunity, or gave me an opportunity to see a lot of the operations of how Reading, which is a Category 1 academy in the English football. So the English football has the EPPP, which categorizes academy, and that's the top categorization for an academy. So it was good they gave me unlimited access as well, and conversations to see a lot of their processes and the way that they do things, and trying to bring those things back to Bermuda. One of the particular lessons from them was the curriculum. So here at the Bermuda Football Association National Academy, we have a curriculum, and with our curriculum we've rolled it out with the national teams, or the national academy teams that are using it, as well as, soon we're going to be rolling that out and giving it to clubs as well, so they can see some of the machinations that we're using here at the national program. So looking at Reddings, we were having a conversation about curriculums. So I brought out our curriculum, which is about 72 pages, and then this guy brings out this massive book, like was this big, that's almost 400 odd pages. So I almost felt like pushing ours back down in my bag, to, but we're having a conversation with them. And it's interesting how it relates to the Mexico course as well, where everyone's saying we didn't start her. So what you see in front of you is not where we started at. So we're saying, okay, there's constant room for improvement and opportunities. One of the quotes from one of the other technical directors was, that if you're ambitious enough and you're working for the right reasons, then there's no reason why you can't have success. And we're working towards that success. So we recognize that Bermuda football is not where we want it to be, or doesn't reach the potential that we know it has. Bermuda's a small country with big ambition, and we recognize that. But we're also trying to improve incrementally. So can we be better than we were yesterday? And a lot of these opportunities that I've been afforded, I'm very thankful for, because it gives me not only the vision, so I have visions of what I want Bermuda football to look like, but now this helps with the implementation and some of the processes and structures that are necessary to get us to a higher level of football.
Now, you said a few of those Caribbean countries have a target on Bermuda's back. How much envy do you think they have when you go to these type of meetings and they're looking and saying, well, tell us how you achieved this? And because we rose in not just the men's side, but the women's side as well. We had an outstanding year last year.
A lot of that is based on the incremental work of going back years. So we have Richard Todd, who done excellent work to maintain the National Academy, and Deval Boyles before him, and Derek Broadley before him. So a lot of the things that I'm doing when we have success, Derek Broadley still reaches out and says, well done, how's the team doing, any challenges, we have conversations about it. Where it's a long process. There's no immediate quick magic fixes for us to change or improve our football. So it's still being humble enough to continue our work, and not so hard on ourselves as the country. I really want to stress that to the public. So is Bermuda football where we want it to be? No. Are we prepared to work hard and improve it? Yes, we are. But when I heard these stories of some of the other member associations and the things that they have, the challenges that they have, we don't have those challenges in Bermuda. So we have structured youth leagues that are working. Can they be improved? Yes, they can be improved. But we have them. Where other countries that are bigger than us, they have challenges getting regional and national competitions up and running. And we have those in Bermuda. And I think that a lot of the success that we're seeing, tangible success results in competitions here lately, is because of the structure that we have. But again, we still need to fine tune and better a lot of the processes that we have. And that's happening.
But we look forward to the rollout of things that you've been on and gotten to learn, and how we can improve, not just at the national level, but at the club level as well.
The club level feeds into the national level. So there's no isolation. Bermuda football, there's a continuum of Bermuda football, and everyone that takes part of it, whether it's the domestic Premier Division, the First Division, the youth football, and even the grassroots, all of it, the futsal, beach that we're trying to get up and running, it all is a part of Bermuda football, and it helps us to better the entire product, because again, we're a small country with big ambitions. So we have access to all of the best of football, and we see, and we're well traveled, so we see the things that are happening around the world, and we want those things for ourselves, and I understand that, but there's work that we have to do, collaboration that we have to do amongst all of those different facets of the Bermuda football spectrum, that when we're working together, then we'll have more success. So that's one thing that I'd like to see as well, more collaboration and humility within the game, and stop being so hard on ourselves. No, we're not where we want to be, but we have potential, and if we work together, then we can reach some of the aspirations and ambitions that we have for ourselves.